You have to laugh about it, right, James? I mean, you have to laugh about it.
Listen, yeah, because believe me, I do a lot of stuff to help people with paranormal problems too. So I get what you're talking about. I do all the stuff you name it, I do it. So you got to joke about it sometimes because if not, you just get buried in the darkness.
Exactly, and it's scary. And if you don't, anything that we're involved in can attach itself to us, as you know. So.
Oh, Lordy B. I've had a couple attachments myself. Not for very long, but I know when I get them because I feel weird for no reason.
I know. Are these attachments ex-girlfriends, or are you talking about ghosts?
They come and go. Mostly ghosts.
Now I'm in trouble. Oh, boy.
And my girlfriends are they're all way in the rearview mirror. I can't even see them no more. It's like they're in Texas, and I'm way up here in Ohio. I can't see them.
You're safe, then. You're safe.
I'm good, yeah. And well, that's, how about, have you ever picked up attachments on yourself? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, and there's so many stories and so many sides, from the good to the bad. It's like the Clint Eastwood film, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
But, yes, to answer your question, and I can tell you an experience.
Yeah, please
when
do.
I was about 16 years old, and well, there's a few of them, but I'll talk about this. This was a good one, and I was climbing up a tree when I was little, or a teenager, because I felt at peace. Okay, at the top of the tree, and you know how we all have our favorite spots that we like to kind of sit and relax, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so I climb up to the top of the tree, and the branch broke, and I was falling from 40 feet, and as I fell, I hit every branch coming down, all the way down to the ground, not a scratch on me, and a little baby rainbow snake passed me, and I could feel the sense of God being close by and His angels as well. That's one story.
Wow, it sounds like they slowed down your fall a little bit there, is what it's kind
exactly.
of like.
And I feel you've been through something like that too, with other things you've been through the same type of things.
Oh, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you a little story about me. This is a whole lifetime ago. I know what you're talking about when you talk about mob things and stuff. I kind of lived a life like that once, and I used to be a handicapper. I used to go to dog track every day. I would be pretty much a professional handicapper. I'd stand in the same spot every day. I'd never moved. I'd have people go get me chicken wings, whatever, because if I moved and I wasn't there when somebody come to get, my handicap and stuff, they'd go to my competition, so I'd lose them. So it was a point I could not move from my spot. They knew where to find me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I did this for 5 straight years. Well, one day, for some reason, I could not stand still. I had to go get my own chicken wings. Like something was moving me. And my deceased father-in-law was with me at the time. And this was the dog track over, and I won't even say where it was. But anyway, this dog track had these giant, probably 10-foot circumference metal, old, antique, old lights hanging about 50 to 60 feet up on the ceiling. And when I took about 10 steps, one let loose from the ceiling and fell right where I was standing for 5 straight years. When it hit,
wow!
When it hit the percussion and the kinetic energy that it released, it felt like my soul left my body. Because my back was to it, first of all, when it happened. And it was so loud and so much pressure. I turned around when my soul came back into my body. I was like, oh my, there would have been nothing left of me to bury. Nothing. And I stood in that spot for 5 years, never moved because I couldn't move because, and that for something moved me. And I got to tell you something. I turned to my father and I said, I'm going home. I retired from handicap, and that was it. I never went back. I quit gambling and everything, but that's a true story. And I don't know what moved me. Obviously, my guides, angels, or something.
Exactly. It was you just don't know I know what you mean, because it was a big change in your life, a transit.
It was, because here's the thing: I've always had abilities, but I tried to put them aside because as a teenager, even into my young 20s, I wasn't bothered with that stuff. But it got to a point that day there, it was like I'm going to have to take the bull by the horns, or it's going to end up mauling me or stomping me or something, because this is getting crazy. So that was kind of my yeah. Go ahead.
No. I finish. I didn't want to.
No. I was just saying that was my big eye-opening wake-up moment. You better, do something, or you're going to get ran over.
That's like spirit just giving us a little nudge, huh?
Well, I looked at that as God saying, it's time for you to quit gambling.
Exactly. I mean, I remember one time I was probably in my 25, 26, and I lived in Vegas at the time, and my Uncle Vince had connections with the mob, right?
I can't imagine
older gentleman.
Can't imagine a guy named Vince having connections. Are you sure?
Exactly. Yeah, so we might know the same person. But anyways, here I am at the roulette table, and I'm betting all my rent money like an idiot. And you know how powerful that, once that spirit, that an energy gets a hold of you, could take you away, and you get into the greedy part, right? So I had bet my rent one time. I won. I bet it. One more time, I had twice the amount of money. I think it was like maybe $700 at the time. Now I took the $700. I should have left, but I took it and bet one more time, and I lost everything I had. And that day, it taught me never to gamble again. My uncle came up to me and said, if you ever gamble in any of the casinos here, we're going to take care of you. And I don't think he meant giving me ice cream. I knew what he meant.
I don't think he meant a pedicure and a day at the spa.
No.
Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, yeah. So that was your eye-opening moment, so to speak.
Very much, yes. And just like, I mean, we have to. For me, I'm one of those that has to have a hammer put to my head sometimes to wake up. Not so much today, but in the earlier days, right. I think a lot of people need an attention getter of some sort, that God's around.
Well, I don't know how you believe if you believe in any reincarnation at all, but I do believe that we come back and learn life's lessons till we get them right, beat in our head. And I think, my opinion, it's important that these are life's lessons that you need to learn from them and try to better yourself from them. Because if you don't, man, you're going to be like a hamster in a wheel going nowhere. We're repeating it.
Now, do you want to know what I believe or not?
Yeah.
I won't say it. Okay.
No,
I know people that believe in reincarnation. There's a lot of them that do. Myself, I don't, because of what I've seen in the afterworld, such as people being lost, in kind of like this in-between world between the hell and the heaven. Yep. I've seen all three of these worlds. And I do remember agreeing to God coming down here that it was going to be real hard for me.
Right.
For me, for my experience. Now, I have a friend that she believes in past lives. I have people that don't believe in this psychic stuff at all. I have all kinds of people that I know. I'm the same exact way. The only difference is I believe in both. I've seen everything you're saying, but I have reasons why that you can reincarnate. Why you believe?
What's that?
Tell me why. I'd like to hear your experience.
On the reincarnation thing or the other?
Yeah. Whatever you want. Whatever you feel motivated.
I mean, for me, I'd rather hear from you, but just a short surmise of it. I believe that you can come back. I mean, God comes back, but I also believe like you can do some things. There's a whole plethora of reasons why people will come back or don't cross over into the light, and the ones that do can come back. And people that commit suicide, that's a whole nother ball game. And there's so much to it. I mean, but it's it's a whole show. I'm not even going to go into it. But, I mean, anyway, I believe you can do a little bit of both there. That's just my belief. And I've seen probably everything you've seen or close to it because, let's face it, we see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it's how what message we get inside. Exactly. I mean, I can't say it does not exist for other people. I just know it does not exist for me.
Okay, that's cool. I understand that too.
That's what, yeah, you know, and cool thing is, the bad part is some of the psychics that do past life, all that kind of stuff, there's no way to tell if they're telling you the truth or not. They could be. I believe they're taking advantage of a lot of people.
Well, I agree with you. And just me personally, I have never charged $1 in my whole life for any readings, any psychic help, any investigations, helping people with paranormal problems. I've never charged anybody. But that's just me. I have nothing against people that do. Now, with that said, it's a lot easier for somebody to be pulling the rug out from under you that is charging you $100 to come to your house and get rid of something, where I'll do it for nothing. Matter of fact, it costs me probably $20 gas every time I leave the house. So, you know, I'm going backwards in the business. So, you know, but that's just me. And I don't have nothing against anybody that charges anybody, but it is a lot easier for people to be fake that charge money. I mean, they're more felonious because, after all, what motivation would you have to be fake if you don't charge nobody nothing? And you're actually costing you money. That'd be ridiculous.
Exactly. And I could tell you, I never charged somebody for a quick reading on a relative that passed away. I can't do that. I can't. Now, I've worked at stores before, you know, like the psychic medium stores. I worked at Knoxbury Farm doing some shows with radio shows, and what I've learned is when I worked within the stores, some of the energy in some of these stores were very satanic. I don't want to say who, but I saw cups that they used for sacrifice. I saw knives that they use. I mean, this should be against the law, but they're selling that stuff. You believe it?
Yeah. Listen, I lived on the East Coast for 20 years in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and listen, that's old school, old kind of, you know what I'm talking about over there. So yeah,
yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff. Believe me. Yeah, I get what you're coming from, and
I
you're right.
I trust a nice hitman before I go to one of those psychic stores again.
Well, here's the thing. At least you know what you're getting with a hitman. You know, when he offers you
exactly, yes.
He says, "Hey, let me pay for a really expensive meal for you." You know, you're going to get whacked afterwards. You know what's coming. The other ones you don't know. You're allowed to pick up buy a crystal that's been hexed by somebody, or who knows. I mean, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. And let me tell you something. Don't make people that own them crystal shops and wand shops mad. You don't want to.
Oh yeah, we don't want to do that. No. That's why I'm not saying any names.
That's what I thought. That's comical. That is funny. Oh, my.
I mean, I've dated people that are witches before, and what they call, you know, and there are good ones, but the bad ones you want to stay away from. Put it that way.
Yeah, and you know,
I mean,
go ahead.
There's good and bad in everything, I guess, in every single thing in the world. I just love people that have good souls.
Right, and I understand that totally. I feel the same way. And I have nothing against anybody. I'm not against witches or pagans or nobody. I have nothing against nobody.
Same here.
Well, as long as you're not, you know, beating on my door every day and forcing me to join your club. Because I don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't do that. So don't do it to me. We're good. That's all. Goodness
no, I can tell you care about people and you want to do the best for them and just do what you can. I'm the same way in what I do. I want to help people and help myself at the same time, not in a greedy way, but in a way that we both feel good about the exchange of energy.
Right. You try to use your abilities to help people and make the world a better place the best way you can.
Yeah, like just paying that prostitute down the street. No, just kidding.
Yeah, she's probably going to use that as a write-off because it comes from you. You'll probably get a
You know what I mean? Exchange, exchange.
Yeah.
Of showing people love and exchange.